Peace family, Shell here with Moon Goddess Healing. I want to come in and talk a little bit about the blue lotus flower, right? It is a very, very spiritual plant, highly ancestral, okay? It's medicinal and it has been known to ease stress and anxiety, okay? Our peoples, the Taseti peoples, the Nubians, Kushites, they often use this during their shamanic rituals and during their healing ceremonies. They did this, and they also passed this on to the Egyptians. They often use this to take them into a deep, deep trance so they can go deep into their subconscious mind. So doing this would take them into a deep enlightenment, right? A rebirth even, because this is the symbolism that they associated with the lotus flower, right? A death into rebirth, a transformation, a transition into something that was old to something new, right? To something dark and murky to something beautiful and bright, right? Because even the way it grows in a dirty, murky type of water, but it sprouts beautifully like this, right? And not only does it sprouts beautifully like this to the visual eye, it also sprouts beautifully because it can feed your consciousness. It can ease your mind from stress, right? It can bring on, newness and enlightenment and a deep connection with source, right? So it's scientifically proven that blue lotus flower has entheogens that help release, and they're legal entheogens, right? That help release stress, right? That help relieve anxiety, right? So someone that has an addiction to cigarettes or marijuana would do well with this, even by smoking it, right? Smoking it, taking it as a tea or taking it as a tincture, right? Which is a concentrated plant medicine. So it's also scientifically proven that it has compounds in this blue lotus flower called apomorphic, right? These are psychoactive alkaloids that basically it's been proven now that it improves your mood, right? It raises the vibration. It helps improve mental skills, your cognition. So that means that you're going to be able to not only retain more information, you'll be able to apply it. You feel me? So I also want to just go back and touch on the fact that this raises cognitive skill, right? This allows you to retain information. There are studies that this flower has been researched with people with Parkinson's disease. So this is even something natural that can be introduced to our family members, our elders that are suffering with symptoms of Parkinson's disease, so definitely keep that in mind. But of course, consult your physician if you're thinking of introducing this herb to someone with Parkinson's disease, okay? Do your due diligence, do your research, pay attention to that. Okay, y'all, so just to tell you a little bit about the tincture that I made with the blue lotus. Now, those of you that have my tincture, you remember it comes usually in this brown label. But we're going to move to something that's more like this. But I just want to show you that when you do take a tincture like this, especially mine in particular, you just want to start off with 3 to 5 drops under the tongue, okay? Allow your body to tell you to increase, right? But definitely start with just 3 to 5 drops underneath the tongue because it is concentrated. Now, this tincture is called Crown Royal because we working on the crown, right? We are diving into our consciousness, right? We are going into a meditative state which will bring on a euphoric stimulation, right? Because remember, we talked about the psychoactive alkaloids, right? So those are going to give a euphoric experience, right? Now, don't go into it looking for that, but know that that's what it's going to be. You're going into it for the mental stability. You're going into it for the clarity of the whole situation, right? You're going into it to expand your crown and to get into a deeper consciousness, into a deeper connection with Source, the One Most High, right? And remember, it changes your mood, so it raises your vibration, right? If you are in a low vibration, it's going to bring you out of that, right? So you can also use this too when you're doing activities that are relaxing, like it says here, your yoga, your meditation. If you're into chanting, which is really good for the throat chakra, upper chakras, period, your throat, your third eye, and your crown, you want to chant, you want to use your voice. If you sing, that's great, right? But if you don't, then get into your chakras, get into using your voice, get into using your voice for mantras, right? Breath work, very, very good for breath work. Music therapy, because again, when you move the energy up from your root to your crown, dancing and moving around is really, really good. So manic healing and shamanic work, right? So get you some and work with that lotus flower. Even if you are smoking it, some people prefer to smoke, but if you're staying away from smoking, then tincture and tea is where to go. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Asé.